I want to welcome Miss Felicia Hood to my show. She's the owner of Influence by Felicia Nicole Salon and Influence Luxury Hair Extensions. Thank you so much for allowing me to come up here to interview you today. I just want to pick your brain a little bit about your success. How did you go from where you were to where you are today? Okay. And your words, I know, is going to help someone or so many people either want to start their business or just do something that they want to do. Mm-hmm. So can you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
Well, I'm from Lancaster, South Carolina, born and raised.
Okay.
I am a wife and mother of one, Gabriel, my husband, Corey. And I've been doing this for about 31 years now.
31 years. Mm-hmm. So you're from Lancaster, so that means you're a little country girl.
I'm a little southern. Yes, indeed. Country girl at heart.
I got you. I've known some people down there in Lancaster, so I kind of know that area a little well.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Tell us about Influence by Felicia Nicole.
Influence by Felicia Nicole is my salon. And I just look at the name. Some people ask me, how did I get the name? Mm-hmm. I guess is that what you're asking me? The name came about just from, I know that in this industry, you know, the word influencers is just like kind of a word that's being tossed around. But I'm just endeavoring to influence people in a positive way. My clients, a lot of women, they come, some of them have all kind of things going on, and I'm trying to encourage and uplift and inspire. And a lot of times you can do that with hair. Sometimes just making them feel a little bit better about themselves by giving them a new style or a new look.
And how did you know that you had the right idea for this business?
It just worked. I just, I tell people sometimes in my belly, I know. Yeah. And when I start walking it out after, I get this unction on the inside, I start walking it out, and then pieces start coming together, and I get the great connections, and I just know that I'm on the right path because how things start clicking, and then the anointing starts flowing, if that makes any sense.
Right, yeah, I totally understand. Mm-hmm. And with your business, well, with both businesses, what's unique about your business that sets you apart from everyone else?
Well, I guess it's just the vantage point that I come from. For me, hair is ministry. I stepped away from it for some years, and I was just miserable, and there was a hole. I felt like I had missed my purpose. I had stepped out of my purpose for a season. Right. So, and I was doing things and they were positive, but making things happen. I was in real estate, and I was doing taxes at one time, and both of them I grew from it, but there was still a hole there. And then I had clients coming, former clients reaching out saying, we miss you. And not just the hands. They were saying that we missed the talks, we missed the environment, and I'm like, really? Because that's what I missed too. Right. And then when I came back, it just started flowing. It just started flowing. So for me, this is more than just me doing hair. It's a ministry for me. Right.
So hair's just always been in your blood, sounds like, then.
I was playing with baby dolls like the average little girl. I didn't know that I would be a hairstylist. I just didn't know. I just know that my steps were ordered. In high school, I took cosmetology in high school, but I didn't even know what the word cosmetology meant. Right. One of my girlfriends, my best friend at the time, actually said, I think I'm going to try for cosmetology. There was a limited number of students that they would accept. And I was like, what is that? And that's when she told me, doing hair. And I was like, okay, I'll try it too. So we had already passed the test that would make us candidates for the class. And so that's how I got in. And from day one, it was just like my baby leaped on the inside, if that makes any sense. Right. Graduated 2 years later. 2 weeks after that, I was in a salon, and she quit and never did hair. And here I am 31 years later, still doing it.
31 years.
Yeah. So I feel like that whole little scenario was orchestrated. Right.
By
God. Yeah.
With you coming back into it, taking that break for a little while, and it being in your blood the whole time to push you back into it. I'm curious, were your parents entrepreneurs or?
Neither. No, I think I got my entrepreneurial spirit from my pawpaw. My pawpaw, he worked for Springs, but he always had these little side jobs. And he had a big garden the whole time that all of my childhood, I remembered him having a garden, and he sold vegetables. People knew him. That's your pawpaw up there. Yeah. He would have a little spot where he sold vegetables from his garden. He would sell birdhouses. He just had different things going on where he had his hand in multiple streams, and he kind of planted that seed in me that we should have more than one stream, and that entrepreneur spirit kind of came on me from that, I believe.
Oh, okay. So that was some of your driving force to becoming an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Your grandfather.
It was granddad. It was my pawpaw.
Oh, okay. Is he still with us?
He's not. He lived to be 94, but he definitely planted that seed in me. He always would come to my shop and just look around. He would be like, "Your shop is so nice. I'm so proud of you."
Yeah, it's really. I was shocked when I come in here. I was like, with the building itself, I didn't know that it had that many segments to it, and I was like, I thought you were going to be up front, and I had to come all the way around to here. But y'all have individual business owners.
We do. But this is actually my second location. The one that he saw in his lifetime was an actual brick and mortar freestanding building where I had multiple stylists that worked for me, a massage therapist, nail technician, and the whole 9 yards. Wow. This is kind of a scale down for me.
I got you. Well, like I said, it looks really nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
With you coming back into the business, and like you said earlier, you stepped away from it for just a little bit, and you had that bug, like, look, I got to get back into this, and your friends and family and whoever were just talking to you about, hey, we missed this, we missed that. With you coming back into the business, or before you left it, were there any mistakes that you made that you wish you could have avoided by starting a business that could help someone out that wants to get into a business like this or something else? Yeah,
definitely. I made a lot of mistakes. I still got the bruises on my knees. I got busted up. But for one, I didn't know a lot of people who were in business. So I guess the thing that I wish I would have done prior to starting my business originally, I wish I would have taken some training outside of hair. I knew how to do hair, but I didn't know how to manage a business.
Right.
So it's a whole different animal. So starting out small, we had maybe about 200 square feet, 3 stylists. It was small, little snack machine. Yeah. But then when I wanted to scale up, I did, but I didn't. So I had to learn it all as I went. Right. So the back office part of it, management part of it, those I had to take classes because I didn't understand management and systems. At that time, computers weren't really a thing. Right. Oh, that made me sound so old. So I just learning to put systems in place and learning to delegate. Those were my 2 weaknesses when I started my business. I tried to do it all myself, and I did it without the proper knowledge as far as the management aspect of the business.
Right, right. And just to give someone an idea of what you had to go through as far as the number of hours in getting this business back and running, or either before when you first started it, before this, how many hours would you say you put in on average building this business, a week or day, or how?
Ooh. Back then, it was easy for me to work 15, 16-hour days. That was the norm. Right. But that's just the norm in this industry, the long hours. So I was working 15, 16-hour days back then. Wow. But then I was single with no children.
And you could do that a little bit.
I could do that. Now the dynamic has changed. So
right. And when you started back, were there any? We all face adversities when we're doing business or anything in life. Were there any adversities or anything? I don't know, people come to you and say, "Hey, why do you want to get back into that? Why do you want?" And I know that you had a lot of people saying, "Hey, we missed this, we missed that." But did you ever experience anyone saying, "Hey, you shouldn't do that, and well, you should stick to this"? Or
no, pretty much everybody that knew me knew that this industry was where I fit, where I blossom, where I shine. And they were really surprised when I stepped away. They were like, "Where are you going? Why are you leaving?" So when I came back, they were very welcoming. And of course, I had to learn how to do things a little differently, being that the industry had changed so much. But they were very welcoming, and I'm grateful for that. Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you don't find that. Sometimes you're blessed with that.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are so negative.
Yeah.
They're like, they want to put you down, and we fall in that trap.
Yeah.
And then we don't ever want to, start anything or take action on this. So
That's
great
true.
that you had
That's true.
to have that support.
Yeah, I hate that I ever left. Leaving, it gave me a break and gave me time to better myself in so many different ways, so that when I come back, the back office type, the management aspect of it wouldn't be as challenging as it was back then. I didn't have time to think because I was so busy working.
Right.
So I would encourage people to lay that foundation first. Take a business course first, or entrepreneurial course, or something that you'll get perfected in the accounting, the business software side of it, because that's where I was lacking. And when I got overwhelmed, I kind of just tapped out. Some people in the industry call it getting burned out. And they'll leave and just literally just go to a random career that's just totally opposite of what you were doing. And then most of them, if they're really called to do this, they're miserable. Right. Because I think that, this is a calling for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And for the folks that want to get into this, what are they looking at as far as the type of schooling or hours to put into it per week at school? What are the requirements to become, is it cosmetologist?
Cosmetologist, yes. To be a cosmetologist, you can, some schools, like I got my credentials while in high school. My 11th and senior year, I took cosmetology at Lancaster High School. Once I completed 1,500 hours of training, once I completed 1,500 hours of training, I was able to test at the state and received my certification, got my credentials, and I've been licensed ever since. Since then, I have become a South Carolina educator, where I'm able to open up a school or teach classes and offer continuing ed hours as well.
Okay. So you jack of all trades.
I've been busy. Been busy.
So what's your company's goals with Influence by Felicia Nicole and Influence luxury hair extensions?
Okay, so I'm all about everything healthy hair. I'm about grooming the woman, encouraging the woman. I think that I see women come in with the shoulders slumped over and kind of down. When they leave, just because of simple hairstyle, their shoulders are up, their head is up, and they're feeling a little bit more comfortable about themselves or comfortable with themselves, that maybe they can go and tackle some of the tasks that they have, some of the goals that they have, just looking better, feeling better. Right. So my goal is to continue to enhance women and continue to encourage them. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm a hair loss practitioner as well. So that's where the hair extension line came from. It was birthed out of seeing women who were losing their hair and feeling terrible about themselves and had lost their dignity. So I'm endeavoring to extend the dignity for women through hair restoration and through hair enhancements and just encouraging. Right. I love women in the most platonic way. Right. I love seeing us strong and empowered and encouraged. Right. And hair and beauty and wellness, it's all, and it's all a part of that coming to pass. Right. Yeah. Right.
And I know you spoke just a little bit just now about the Influence luxury hair extension. Can you go into a little bit more about that?
Okay.
What's all involved in that?
Well, I install and I train. So I offer the service here in the salon, but I also train other stylists to be able to offer the service. Okay. So if there are stylists out there that are looking to expand their business and offer hair extensions, I can teach them multiple techniques. We have big classes. We do one-on-ones, and I have clients all over South Carolina, North Carolina, who are looking to offer the service to their clients. And that's what we do. We travel. We will pack up and come to a location and set up, and we'll teach. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We have a website where we actually have sales directly to the public, but we also have vendors in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia who retail our products in their salons.
Okay. Okay. And you're kind of going into my next question. hitting on some of the points, but I want to ask, how do you build, or how have you been building a successful customer base here to build both businesses?
Well, word of mouth has been awesome, but also social media. Social media, we just pump a lot of the stylists who use our brand. I'm grateful for them. They send pictures to us for us to promote on our website. And then we get more customers. People reach out and they want to know more about the line. So a lot of it has been word of mouth and me just beating the pavement and going to salons and just inquiring, asking them if they're interested in offering the service, wanting to learn the technique. So I know once they learn the technique, they're going to need hair.
Right.
So and that's where we come in at.
Okay. And I know you talked about social media and word of mouth, but are there any other ways that you market your business other than that?
You know what? Not really.
Just that's
mainly social media, word of mouth, old-fashioned business cards.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize the old school techniques. Yeah. That really works.
Yeah.
I mean, social media is great. Yeah. But if you go back to some of those old techniques of just face to face, that works wonders with you. And a lot of folks that I interview, that's pretty much what they do as well. Just word of mouth. It brings you so much business because it's more personable with
it. Definitely is. I agree 100%. Yeah, I have really good clients, so they are really good about referring other clients to me. And even the hairstylists who use the brand, they're really good about sharing the name.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And since we talked about social media, and I want to end with this, how can the viewers get in contact with you through social media, phone numbers? How can they reach you for both lines of business?
My phone number 803-235-8462. They can reach me there. Social media, Influenced by Felicia Nicole. They can find me at that ID as on not Twitter. They can find me at that ID on Instagram and Facebook, and Influence Luxury Hair Extensions. The website is www.influenceluxuryhair.com.
Okay. Okay. Well, listen, you did an excellent interview.
Thank you.
Interview. And I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I want to thank you so much for, like I said earlier in the beginning, thank you for allowing me to come here to interview you.
Thank you.
I know, and I tell people this when I interview them all the time, I know your words are going to inspire someone to either get up off their butt and do what they've been wanting to do for a while. They're going to learn some tips from you. They're going to know how to get into this type of business, or they're just going to get some tidbits on, like I said, anything that they want to do, whether it's business or go back to school, anything. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again, for doing this interview for me. And we're going to inspire a lot of people.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate your time.